There have been some allegations made against UK YouTuber ImAllexx.
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 Onision is abusive and manipulative.
I'm gonna bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the up.
Well, I guess you can call me Bull Burnham, because isn't that ironic? Oh, okay, sorry, Jesus Christ. ImAllexx is getting his comeuppance, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Sit tight, and I'll tell you all about the absolute rollercoaster that has led to ImAllexx's downfall. But to understand how devastating of a blow this is to Alex's online persona, especially these recent events undermine his previous moral and ethical compass that he pushed so heavily, we'll have to recap some old classic tales to showcase the questionable morality of ImAllexx. This tale in particular is one of broken friendships, backstabbings, and leads to a whole load of irony. I am, of course, talking about Slazogate. The year is 2019 and you're self-proclaimed internet sensation Alex Elmsley. At this point, you've been sitting in your man cave hobbled like a gremlin for quite some time, fiending for the next story you can jump on to get back into the public eye and obtain the validation you crave so very much. It was this moment where you just found out that fellow YouTuber Slazo had been accused of being abusive to his ex-girlfriend Che. An awful thing, of course, but you're a 2019 commentary YouTuber, so you've got to get involved immediately. Many of the big commentary creators were jumping on this to defend Che, without much response from Slazo at the time, and Che's only evidence being her word. It was one of those cases of being assumed guilty until proven innocent. I mean, fair trials are overrated, right? It's not like our legal system is based on that very ideology. So, like the upstanding citizen you are, you jump to your computer and make a public statement defending her and shunning Slazo's actions. Slazo is now the scum of the earth, and you, ImAllexx, are the internet's mighty warrior, fighting for all that is good and righteous, defending victims everywhere. You expose a good friend and colleague you have history with to do the right thing. So you can't possibly be in the wrong. You lay back and you can rest easy. But wait, Slazo made a response video and it debunks the accusations made against him? Don't tell me there's further context you could have waited for.
These are jokes, not good jokes, and they are taken out of context.
I don't believe he's innocent. I don't think he's innocent at all.
Also, weren't you also saying you weren't trying to accuse him of anything? You were heavily implying the man was being forceful upon his then girlfriend against her will, but all the evidence pointing towards this were jokes, which you said you were actually aware of.
I already knew that some of the screenshots that were used in Che's TwitLonger were jokes. I was very much aware of that.
Alex, stop talking. Just apologise, please. Your authenticity matters a lot if you're going to criticise the actions of others, especially if you're going to discuss sensitive topics. But a failure to rectify your past statements and doubling down takes away from your credibility. ImAllexx was now infamous for being a very sleazy content creator, purposefully withholding information, stretching and exaggerating his opinions, the latter which he even admits to in his old podcast.
Let's say I have an opinion, and I don't even realise I'm doing this because it's literally instinctual now. I turn it up 1,000,000%.
It's very easy to criticise other people and the way they go about certain issues when you're a guy chatting shit over the internet. I mean, hey, just look at me. But if you're going to do that, just make sure you're not a hypocrite. Now, I know what you're wondering. Is there any reason that I'm bringing up hypocrisy right now? No, of course not. Okay, so maybe you weren't right, but you were still on the right side of history. You'd never be abusive. You'd never harm a woman. You'd never be emotionally or physically abusive to a partner, right? Now, unlike Alex, I like to take into account all perspectives before making a judgment on issues as sensitive as this. However, ImAllexx has already provided both visual and audio evidence of him being just the guy these accusations are making himself out to be. But until Alex does respond, we should keep in mind that there may be more to this story, but the evidence so far is overwhelming. Several of Alex's exes have recently come forward to expose him, so let's waste no time and start where it began. Alex's recent accusations began when an ex-girlfriend of his named Alice Hez spoke up about his alleged abusive behaviour towards her throughout the course of their whole relationship. Immediately, the document accused him of being very controlling and being emotionally abusive as they got further into their relationship. She then attaches a plethora of screenshots, and I mean a shit ton, between her and supposedly Alex, of him calling her a psycho, threatening her physically, even telling her to end her own life at one point. Some of the stuff we can see in these screenshots is just straight up disgusting, and Alex discussed how she already suffered with mental health issues such as depression at the time, so being told this every day must have been just the kick she needed to sort her life out. Thank you, Alex. You allegedly bullied your own depressed girlfriend in her time of need. But hey, at least you took that BetterHelp sponsorship that one time, right? Always fighting the good cause. Now notice how so far I've been using the term allegedly, as I believe simply showing screenshots and taking someone's word does not qualify as valid evidence for a case like this. If only we had more concrete proof of the way Alex has acted towards his partners. Maybe then we could come up with a more accurate judgment. Oh wait!
When you should lay down, like a good fucking dog, I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up.
Well, this certainly adds a lot more plausibility to the accusations Alice has been making, and even if Alex does respond, he's already ruined a lot of his reputation in the past. Not only this, but the fact that almost the entire internet seems to be celebrating the cancellation of a particular online figure says a lot. Alice not only accuses Alex of verbal and emotional abuse, but also physical assault, and she kept a log of each bad interaction they ever had, including a video took during the time he allegedly assaulted her.
Then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Such a fucking woman.
So are you.
Huh?
So are you.
Now, for someone who was set on ruining the career of another creator for his alleged abuse of his partner, he sure does have a few skeletons in his closet. However, Alice isn't the only person who Alex has apparently treated this way. The next person to speak up recently was another of Alex's exes named Annie, who from her account was in a relationship with Alex before the events of Alice's story. She claims to have dated Alex from June 2017 until March 2018, and she quickly voices similar opinions to Alice, saying that he constantly belittled her, made her feel inferior, which gives off very similar vibes to some of the previous screenshots from Alice and her story. These accounts from both Alice and Annie seem to support the idea that Alex is no stranger to narcissistic behaviour and coercive control, constantly belittling his partners to keep them in a position lower than himself, just where he wants them. As this relationship seemed to be earlier in his life, it seemed the physical assault was nowhere near as bad from Annie's account compared to what Alice has published. Apparently, the only case of Alex laying a finger on her is when he had a mini tantrum like a toddler while recording a video and grabbed her arm to stop her from leaving when she got up. Eventually, the two broke up, and this is when Alex published his now deleted Back to Nothing video, which he made in response to Annie leaving him, which she saw as an attempted guilt trip to get her to reply to him again.
It's like a train just running through me. Just like.
During this video, he's also seen holding a bracelet that was allegedly a present from Annie to him. Unlike Alice's account though, we don't have much else in this supporting story to what we already know, so despite being very believable, considering the circumstances and previous evidence, do keep in mind we don't have the volume of data that was in Alice's. But it certainly does help further the credibility of this case. Beyond this, there was even an additional account from another of Alex's exes. However, the X account the post was made from has since been privated at the time of making this, so I'm not going to include it in this video just in case they don't want any more attention. With the numerous times Alex has apparently done these types of things though, there could be even more that is still being kept from the public eye. In the unlikely event he can disprove these allegations, at least he will know how Slazo felt. As Alex says himself, he's an internet sensation, and ironically, the height of his career, and the most he's being discussed as a celebrity he is, just so happens to be the worst sort of attention he could have got. Let's watch his space in the next few days and see how ImAllexx responds to it all. If this video gets 1 like, I'll video call ImAllexx at 3 AM. Thanks for watching, and here's what I think you should watch next.